Dude, what's going on?
It's election day. Out there
It is. I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, I did. My dad's running for our local town council, so I just went and voted for him.
Nice.
He texted us, me and my brothers, this morning, and he said, it's election day. Get out there and vote. I am not expecting big things.
Well, that's bad if you're running. Is he in the position now, or?
No, he'd be coming in as a new guy.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, like, it's something that seems interesting to him. I don't know. I think if he gets it, he'd really enjoy it, but it's not something I don't think he's going to be crushed if he loses.
Sure.
He's just going to go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's one less thing I have to do.
I don't think people, you said town council is
Yeah.
what he's doing? I don't think people realize how much work goes into that. Like,
yeah, I mean, at its core, even when you get it, it's a part-time job. Like, they all still work another job. And so it just becomes this other thing. He's just kind of bored.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Want something to do? What does he do full-time?
He, well, I could try to describe this. You know, for the longest time, I used to just tell people my dad was in the CIA. Not because he is. Ooh, this thing's cutting
The
out a little
connection
bit.
might be bad, yeah.
I got to be careful with the mic here. Oh. We good?
Yeah, I think you're good. I think
All
the tail's a little
Yeah, I was
finicky
playing
at
with it,
times.
so I'm going to have to stop it. We had this keychain on his keys. It said CIA, and it wasn't real. It was just a big metal keychain, but it looked legit.
Yeah.
So I just tell people he was in the CIA because I genuinely had the hardest time. I didn't know what he did until like 4 years ago.
Okay.
He works, his job title is he's a healthcare informatics consultant. Or healthcare informatics business management consultant.
That sounds expensive.
It does, because it is.
Is he like in a hospital or insurance or?
Hospitals, yeah. So, I mean, basically what it is when a hospital wants to go from, like, paper to digital, the company he works for you can hire, and they will build the program, transfer the files, train the staff, and launch it.
Interesting.
And so my dad comes in, like, he just got his degree in business management, so it just kind of emerged into this thing. So now he does this shit, and no one really knows what that means. I don't really know what that means. I know that he yells at people on the phone a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, then he'd be perfect for town council.
Dude, I just know that he likes to get shit done.
Yeah.
My dad's one of those, like, what do your parents do?
My mom owns an antique shop, and my dad works for he was a firefighter for a long time, but now he works for a company that makes fire trucks.
Okay. And would you ever work for your dad?
I might actually. We get along pretty well, so like.
So I get along great with my dad too, but I've seen my dad when he's like in work mode.
Yeah.
I've told this to my older brother because my older brother goes, "I'd love to work with Dad." I go, "I don't know that I want to work for my dad."
Yeah.
I think he'd be a hard boss to have.
It would actually okay. Now that I think about it, it would probably be weird. We have like a lot of the same interests, so it'd probably it'd be neat to work for the company that he works for. But also like he was a firefighter, paramedic. I'm a firefighter, paramedic. So, like we have a lot in common.
For sure, and I'm not a corporate guy. My dad definitely is, right? But I guess it'd be more around like the personality. I don't think my personality would work with the way he works.
That's fair.
Personality-wise.
Yeah. I've always been hesitant about like blending those lines because it's just like more room for conflict and more room for like arguments and things to go wrong. So I don't know that it'd be weird working for family in that sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like at my job over the winter over at the mountain, we have a lot of sets of siblings that work. Both for us, my manager at our apartment with all of his younger siblings work for us, and they get along really well together. And I always look at that and I go, I love my brothers. We hang out, we get along together. I do not think we'd work.
Good for you. Not my vibe. I don't know. I don't think I could do it with my siblings. Well, my closest sister, I think I could. I'm not like super close with my older siblings, so I've never really had the chance to work with them, but.
How far apart, like, in age are you guys?
I'm the baby, so, like, my closest sister is 14 months, and then my oldest siblings, I think, are, like, 33, 34, and then 39, I think. So, quite a gap.
A little bit different, yeah. My older brother's a year up from me, and my little brother's 3 years down.
Okay.
So
you're
we're
the middle baby?
Right there, yeah, I'm the middle baby. Were you babied as a kid? Did they treat you where they're like, you're the youngest, you'll get
No, not really.
all the privileges? Well, with the age gap, it's tougher to feel like the baby.
Yeah, most of my older siblings are like half siblings too, so they were out of the house for a lot of it, like kind of in between their like mom or dad. So yeah, it was a weird dynamic, but this is Duncan Harris, everybody.
Hey, yeah, sorry, we just got right into it.
which is fine. I'll put like a little description of you in the podcast. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I got a family that I neglect. No. Yeah, no, I got 2 brothers. I grew up in Albany, but I'm originally from Ohio, like yourself.
That's right.
I'm a Cleveland boy.
That, yeah.
I'm from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, which everyone says is bad. And then they go, but it's funny, you go like anywhere else, and they're like, Cleveland. But in Albany, I go, I'm originally from Cleveland. And they go, why are you here?
Yeah. Cleveland's great.
Yeah, they're like, it's better than Albany. And
it is.
Well, my dad got a job. That's what it was.
I could agree with that. I think it's better than Albany.
It's funny. When I went to college in New York City, and I was thinking to myself before I got down there, how am I going to describe Albany? Because I don't want to take too long. It's gray. That's what I settled on. It's the gray. There's trees everywhere, but it's the grayest place I've ever been in my life.
There's nothing really outstanding about it. Like, they have the egg, which is probably the coolest feature of Albany, and that's about it.
Yeah, which is a theater. But if you're not from Albany, you don't know that.
Right.
So you just come and you go, the fuck is that spaceship looking thing?
Weird architecture.
You go, well, it's an egg, and you go, it doesn't really look like an egg. It looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
It looks like a UFO.
Yeah, it's not a complete egg, but it's fun being from Ohio because, like, well, I have a bit. I talk about being from Ohio, and I have a bit where, like, if you ever get the chance to go, like, go ahead and skip it.
Yeah.
But I say that jokingly though, because like Ohio is actually pretty neat if you know where to look. Like there's some cool parts about it.
If you stay near Lake Erie,
sure, I
think it's good.
Yeah.
I lived there from the time I was born until I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
Never went down into the state. Cleveland's all the way up north, right up on the lake there. Mm-hmm. Very cool area.
You got a lot of stuff to do up there. Like that's a neat place to hang out.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I haven't been down to Canton. Been to the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's a Comedy Hall of Fame in Jamestown, PA, which isn't too far away from there. Columbus is cool though. If you ever get the chance to go, they're definitely not gray. There's like a lot of cool like things about Columbus. There's a ton of comedy clubs down there actually too.
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard. Yeah, like, Ryan Anderson's local comedian is from Cincinnati.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And so he would, it's right there in Kentucky too. So he would bounce all around that scene. So there's a lot about stuff down there.
If you like, so I live kind of like central Ohio. So I was like an hour away from Columbus, an hour away from Dayton, like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Cincinnati, and then like 3 from Cleveland. So I was like good driving range to like a lot of comedy clubs. Mm-hmm. So like part of me is like, should I move back there? Like just because it's so close to everything. Kind of a convenient location, but
that would be a wild move. I'm moving back to Ohio for comedy.
Right.
Where are you going to chase your comedy dreams? I'm going to where it's all happening.
Yeah.
Canton, Ohio.
Tremont City, Ohio.
I mean, if you do go to Ohio, you got to go to wherever Chappelle lives, right? What's that?
I'm really close to that. Yellow Springs.
Yellow Springs.
Yeah.
I knew it was 2 simple words.
Yeah. My family's like 20 minutes away from that. That's actually a really cool town. He's got a club there now that I really want to go check out.
I have no family in Ohio.
None?
None.
Were you born in Ohio?
I was born in Ohio, and so was my mom, but neither of my parents grew up there, and I have no family.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, so like my mom was born in Ohio, and then when she was born in Cleveland, and then when she was like 6, around the same age that I moved, actually, they moved out to California. So my mom's family's in California.
Okay.
My dad, born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Good old Midwestern boy.
Yeah.
And then he went to grad school in Cleveland. So I met my mom.
Okay. And you just stuck there for a little while?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they just kind of stayed.
Ohio has that effect on people.
Yep. So does Albany. There's a few comics that have, and I've talked about it, that I don't know if you've noticed since moving up here, but people in this area, and by this area we'll call Albany up to like Glens Falls, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of capital region, North Country. Yeah. People don't leave.
Yeah.
You know what I said? They all stay.
There's quite a few. I grew up with a lot of people. Well, I don't know. Some people like that I grew up with like fled pretty quickly. I like not fled, but like I moved out for college and then I just never really wanted to go back. But I moved back for like a few years, but that was just in transition to coming back here. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. There are a lot of people that have been up here like their whole life. So
like when I first moved up here, I remember there was a bunch of stuff going on at the Little League, like drama. And it came down to a beef that had started between 2 of the parents back in kindergarten. Like, you held my girlfriend's hand when we were 4.
You stole my crowns.
And because of that, I won't let your son on the All-Star team.
You stole my crowns, you bitch.
Dude, it got to the point where there was so much of that Little League International, like the governing body of like Little League, had to come in and go, hey, fix this or we're just going to get rid of the Little League.
Damn.
They just came in and went, you guys can just not exist anymore? Or you can start picking teams fair.
That's wild when you have to have corporate step in for Little League.
Yeah. Well, it was because, like, my mom and dad joined the board, and then, like, another family, we like, moved into the area, joined the board, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? We're just trying to play some baseball, guys.
That's really funny.
We're trying to buy some new turf for the infield. Can
we get on it?
Can we work on the sod budget? I don't give a shit.
Can we settle this 30-year-old beef?
Yeah, I don't care whose first-grade girlfriend looked at you funny.
You should tell it on stage. It'd be a really funny bit, actually.
I might.
There's some good premises there.
Dude, I got screwed because of it. I got kept off of 5 consecutive All-Star teams.
Really?
Yeah, I should have made it because I was like, look, could I hit? Not really. But I was fucking
It wasn't
ill.
a skill thing.
In Little League, I was great in the field. And for a bunch of years, I was a really good catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I didn't get put on the team, because the coach would call my mom and be like, hey, yeah, he should be on the All-Star team. He's not going to make it because my son's best friend wants to be on the team.
Oh.
Yeah.
So some nepotism?
Yeah, it was that. It was that mixed with the beefs that then Little League International came in and went, hey, guys, maybe don't treat these kids like they're professional. Or I don't know. Like, it was weird. We were also doing tryouts, which I guess you shouldn't do with 10-year-olds.
Where's Little League International? Where's their corporate at? Like, is that?
I think they're in Williamstown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where the Little League World Series are.
Oh, yeah.
I would guess.
You know, actually, okay, that makes sense because there's some guys from the fire department that go down like and watch their tournaments every year. Yeah. And they're like, it's really cool. It's like good games. Pretty cheap to watch like a lot of sports and stuff.
It's like a whole 2 weeks. Well, recently, the last few years, too, they've been bringing... Of course, it's fair to me to make this a baseball podcast. It's a baseball podcast now. No, but the MLB's been going down, and they've been doing either they'll do games at Little League World Series. Okay. So they'll have the MLB players play on the like Little League field. Cool. They'll expand the fences. Yeah. So you have all the teams there, so they can see like their favorite players playing.
That'd be neat.
Or they've been doing the Field of Dreams game out in Iowa, where they've built the Field of Dreams field.
Nice.
The cornfield field. And they'll play that.
Excuse me. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I wonder. That'd be really cool for the kids. But I wonder if do the what is it, like Savannah Bananas or whatever, that like the weird dancing baseball teams. I wonder if they go out and do stuff.
They're interesting, right? Because they're like the Harlem. If you don't know what the Savannah Bananas are, they're basically like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, right? They dance during the pitches and play these games. There's maybe 2 or 3 other teams that they play with that also are like they're, the Generals or whatever. But the other thing they do is they play college teams. And then these college kids would just be like, yeah, you guys come play us, and we'll work out our own little gimmicks, and they'll work together for the week to kind of work out a thing and make a thing happen. They're playing college stadiums. Yeah. They're doing like football stadiums. Yeah. 90,000. They're outselling the MLB right now.
I believe that. One of my coworkers just went to a game in the city. I forget what stadium it was, but the Savannah Bananas were there, and they were playing some other team that was similar to them. And they said it was like one of the best shows they've ever seen. It was like pure. It was sports, like the athleticism was there, but like it was pure entertainment too. Like they really know how to put on a show, which is interesting from my perspective because I was like, oh, it's kind of neat to like see the entertainment value in baseball.
I got super because they started kind of around COVID is when they started really building that team out, and I got really excited because I was like, ooh, this is a way that people that don't like baseball will like baseball.
Yeah, makes it a little more engaging for people. Yeah,
it's worked a lot with non-baseball fans who aren't comics.
Yeah.
Comics are still equally as mad at me for bringing them up as I bring up the New York Mets.
Yeah. Are you a first responder who has trouble waking up for overnight calls? Do you like to wake up in a panic? Or are you so far into your nicotine addiction that you want to take it to the next level? Well, then let me introduce you to the newest sponsor of the What's Going On podcast, the Lip Pillow. The Lip Pillow is the first actual pillow that is just packed full of nicotine. By placing your head on a giant nicotine pouch like this, you are slowly exposing yourself to dangerously high levels of nicotine, along with other chemicals. Now, this nicotine will seep in through your skin, drool, and pretty much every orifice you have. This innovative technology gives you the opportunity to maintain a good buzz without the risk of aspirating on an actual nicotine pouch in your sleep. Using a lip pillow at night is proven to help you wake up rapidly, if you can actually get to sleep in the first place. If you order now, we'll also include one of our coffee editions of the lip pillow. Now, this may just look like a dirty pillow, but it's full of delicious, moist coffee that you can literally soak your head in at night. And it conveniently comes in a trash bag so you can throw it away when you realize how crappy it is. To order the lip pillow, call 1-800-LIP-PILLOW. That's 1-800-LIP-PILLOW. 1-800-LIP-PILLOW. That's 1-800-LIP-PILLOW. Lip pillow. When you just don't care anymore. So let's get back to the upbringing.
Yes, raised in Cleveland.
When did you move to Albany?
2006, June 2006. I remember the date. So it's been 18 years, 19 years, almost 20 years now that I've lived.
Math.
Yeah, something like that. But so we moved up from Cleveland to North Greenbush, where I live now. I still live with my parents. Things are going great.
Hell yeah.
Just lost my health insurance. My spooky season started.
Oh, yeah. Happy late birthday.
Oh, thank you. Then we moved up here, and we've been up here ever since.
Nice. Good, dude. Yeah. So when did you start doing comedy? You've been 4 years in now?
Yeah, so I say I'm 4.5 years in. It's kind of a messy story.
Okay.
Technically, I started when I did my first open mic when I was 14.
Okay.
Over at Lark Tavern, yeah.
Okay. Who was leading it? Like, who's...
The host was this guy, Mo, who is every now and again bounces around.
Yes.
There's a couple of guys that still remember him.
Yep.
I went to... But it's tough when you're 14 to get your mom to drive you to a bar on a school night.
Yeah.
So it's like every couple of weeks, every now and again. Not enough to really learn anything or really say I was doing it.
Did she have to sit with you for the whole thing?
She had to be in the bar.
Okay.
So the way I did is I went on like all the Facebooks of the bars that were hosting open mics. So at the time, this would have been Lark Tavern, Savoy, McGeary's, Low Beat, and a few other places. Most of these venues either, like Savoy doesn't host comedy anymore. Almost all of the other venues are closed.
Yeah.
But I hit them all up and I was like, hey, I'm 14. I want to do comedy. Would you let me do comedy?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them just said no.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them said like, yes, but you got to let us know so we can keep you separate and then get you in and out quickly. And I was like, that doesn't feel fun or good or like that would work. So I did do that. But Lark Tavern was just like, yeah, just make sure you have an adult. Someone has to be 21 with you.
Yeah.
And then that's fine. And like ideally try to leave before like 10.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, cool, I can do that. Nice. So yeah, I went a couple of times.
That's cool. How'd it go? How was your first set?
Very first set actually went well. It was like a packed out room. Now this is Lark Tavern 2 or 3 fires ago. So it's had a few.
Was it different? Was the layout different then?
I mean, it's still that back room, and we were still on that backstage where the big kind of Lark Street sign is now. Yeah. But the room wasn't like all nice and shishi. Mm-hmm. It was just wood everything. It was a dive bar. Okay. And there's a bunch of drunk people, like really drunk. I signed myself up late because I was like ninth because I was like, I want the room to be sauce. Mm-hmm. You know. I was 14. I was like, I'm a kid. I'm cute. Like, let me just let's get some lubrication, but not too much. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be hammered.
Yeah.
And it was all just jokes about my name, and that went pretty well.
Sure.
And then I went back 2 weeks later, worked on those a little bit, and that went well. And then I came back 6 months later. Tommy McGuire was hosting that, and I bombed so fucking hard.
Was it? Do you do different jokes?
I remember the joke I bombed with because it crushes right now. It's what I've been working on this summer, but it's the story about me learning I was gluten-free in church. And
really?
Crap myself, yeah.
Okay. What do you say back then? Like, how do you?
Well, I just told the story. I wasn't. Stories are really hard to do.
Yes.
You know, like it takes a while, and the thing that I didn't know back then that I know now is like the first 3 or 4 times you do a story, it's gonna tank because you're trying to find the beats and stuff. Mm-hmm. And these days I'm better because I can go, I have a direction I'm going with it, and I know the funny. But back then I was like, well, I know it's funny that I pooped.
Yeah.
Let me go tell people that happened, and they all just felt bad. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah. That bit's really funny, though. I the first time I heard it was at the Secret Show, or the Son of Egg Secret Show, whatever, I forget what they call it.
Yeah, the Secret Show, or the Afraid of the Dark Show?
Afraid of the Dark. Or no.
Was it a Secret Show? It was a Thursday night?
A Thursday night, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was the first time I heard it.
I did it. Oh, yeah, dude. That was the first time I ordered all that whole chunk like that. Yeah.
Which was really good. And it was like fun show. There was only like 4 audience members.
Yeah.
And then 4 comics, so it was like 8 people in the room. But
matter.
it was, they were really receptive of it. It was cool. But that was really good delivery. That was a good bit.
Yeah, I've been really, really hitting that hard.
Good.
Craig said it to me recently, where he goes, I noticed you've been doing like a lot of old stuff.
Yeah.
Resurrecting jokes. That's what he said. He goes, you've been resurrecting a lot of dead jokes, which means you're doing a lot of stuff that bombed a lot before.
Yeah.
Why? And I was like, well, I'm 4.5 years in now. There's stuff that, like, when I started it, I knew I felt in my bones there's something funny. Now I think, maybe I'm good enough to make it funny. So I'm going to go back and take a crack at it. And I think that is something you should always be trying to do.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's really good to be, like, even jokes that you have that are good, like, trying them differently or rewriting them or adding new tags or something, like, to revive them a little bit is really good. I'm trying to do that with some of my old bits. I just don't know how to approach them yet. Like, I've got a few stories, but I'm not a great storyteller, like, on stage.
It's tough with stories too, because, like, I have some stories, all of that church stuff, that me learning I was gluten free, and then that's couched in a whole bunch of other gluten free stuff, and like that's all stuff that I've worked on a million times, and had an order that I thought, that's the order. And then a show happens, and it comes out in a different order, like the Secret Show or whatever, and you go, oh.
Makes sense.
Damn, that's 3 years I could have changed. I wish I had thought of this a couple years ago. Yeah. Now, all right. So.
Yeah. You're right in the high of a joke working out, too. It's a good feeling.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, so you did the ones when you were younger, 14. How many? You did 3?
I did, between the ages of like 14 and 21, I probably did maybe 8 to 10 open mics.
Sure.
And then I went to college in New York City, the plan being to do comedy down there, and then I didn't hit a single open mic during college. I just got busy, and by busy, I mean drunk. And, like, I don't know, do I strike you as a frat guy?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. And if you'd asked anyone at high school would this guy be vice president of his fraternity, you'd have said no. Like, I ended up falling into a fraternity in college and just like really liked it, and that became like the thing I did.
What was your fraternity?
Phi Delta Theta.
Phi
Delta Theta. Yes. Don't Google them.
No, are you on some videos somewhere?
Look, I'm not. My chapter is great, dude. My chapter is awesome. We were brand new when I got down there. We just started. So it's a national, fraternities are national, and then you start chapters, right? And so some schools have like really old chapters. Like you go to, Alabama, and the Phi Delta Theta chapter there goes back like 70 years, right? At my school, at St. John's, Phi Delta Theta goes back to 2016.
Oh, wow.
And I got there in 2017. So they were brand new, still forming.
Nice.
And so you just kind of were like, so it was like, that was the big thing with like at school was there was nothing to do if you weren't in an organization. And I was like in all the clubs in high school. I was like student council, ethnic coalition, and that and the other. I got to college. I just want to be a student. And then there was nothing to do. And I'm like, well, got to find something.
What was your major?
I'm
sorry, you can drink coffee. I keep asking questions every time you bring the cup to your lips.
I drink coffees too fast sometimes, and then I get like anyway. Yeah. So I started as a psychology major.
Okay.
And then I switched my major because I was like, oh, you can only make money with a psychology degree if you get the PhD or the PsyD. And I was not going to make that happen. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let's go for a 4-year degree. So I went for a much more profitable degree, government and politics.
Nice.
Yeah. And now I teach snowboarding. So I use it,
on the government on the mountains, yeah. Maybe you could help your dad with, like,
I negotiate peace treaties between warring 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Which is quite the task from the sounds of it.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah. I mean, you've got some bits about it. Sounds interesting.
I have quite a lot of bits.
So, that's funny. Well, cool. So when did you start hitting comedy hard? Like...
So went to college in New York City, and then the plan was to stay down there, and then COVID hit. Right as I was kind of like COVID hit, and I finished school in 2021.
Okay.
And that is when all of the rents went up. My roommates bailed, so I lost my lease. I ended up back up here, and that was probably I moved back up here in May of 2021, like late May, and then June 2nd.
Nice.
Is when I started it. And since then, I have not missed a mic if I could help it.
Yeah. You're very consistent. Very, very consistent. That's funny. You were even asking me, like, I texted you yesterday. I was like, hey, you want to come up and record? He's like, yeah, are there any mics going on? I was like, not in Lake George, but.
I was just thinking, I don't know when they remember. I'm like, hey, if I go up there and hit a different mic, it's a different room, you know? I could try all my bits on a new room.
I should, if you ever want to go up to Burlington at some point, let me know. It's a Wednesday night mic, but it's super fun. Yeah, and there's really good audience members up there. They're very receptive, but that's cool.
The trick is always I end up working so early in the morning sometimes, and I'm like, fuck, I want to drive and do one of those mics. It's like I'm going to have to commit to just being tired.
Yeah. It sucks a little bit. You have to work today? Or is it
No. I got today off. I'm going into the office tomorrow to do some preseason stuff for the winter there, but nice. Yeah, that was the other thing I texted you today where I don't think I've ever driven home from Lake George during the day.
It's different.
Yeah, I always drive up during the day and then I drive home just at night. So it's kind of like dark. And if you ever drive upstate, guess what? There ain't no lights up here.
No,
it's just your car.
But there's deers galore. You'll see all kinds of critters.
You'll be driving straight. It'll be so dark for so long. You'll be like, I swear to God, my headlights went out. And then you look around and you go, no, they're on. Because if they were out, there would be genuinely nothing.
Yeah. There's like, it's kind of neat. Like, even coming home, like I live in Lake George, so there's lights around, but it's still like nothing compared to like Albany or like the city, of course. So like the sky is super clear up here, which is like, if you're a stargazer, like this is a place to do it. It's really pretty.
Wow. I remember I went camping not too far, maybe another hour and a half, 2 hours north of here. Up in Anaheim in high school, and I remember we spent the whole night just like, let's go look at the stars.
Yeah.
Love the stars.
It's pretty, dude. It's like nothing else. I love like just laying down, or like not laying down in the grass, but just looking up and like seeing the stars.
Oh yeah,
like,
never lay down on the grass. That's for losers.
I lay a blanket out and I
blanket. I get a lounge chair. I have a Barca lounger that I move outside.
Yeah.
It has a pedestal. It rotates, and it heats my ass.
Yeah. A heated Barca lounger.
Voice-activated butt warmer. That's what it is.
It's got a vibrate feature. It's like just put a massage chair outside and watch the stars. Oh, well, nice. What's your, like, I think, so comedy's like the full-time, or you want to do comedy full-time is the goal, right?
That's the goal.
Yeah. Do you have any, like, other goals associated with that, or, like, what's kind of your vision for that?
You know, I really like the whole goal is to be able to pay the bills with comedy. If I can have a place to live, food on the table, and then enough money to kind of do some of my hobbies on the side there. Excuse me, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Inevitably, I'll start my own podcast probably sooner rather than later, and I'm sure that'll be part of it. But
you were talking about that.
I've got the kind of beginning of idea. I just gotta get I gotta get a second mic to do it. Although I have anyway. The podcast idea is because if you've seen any of my stand-up, I do a lot of work stories because I work at a ropes course. I've taught snowboarding. I used to work at a radio station. I've worked at go-kart tracks and like a ton of weird jobs. So my idea for the podcast is best job, worst job, because all of us comics work a lot of very strange jobs in the pursuit of being. Because when you're looking for a job as a comedian, you have a bunch of weird requests. You're like, all right, I need the money to pay what it needs to pay. Can it allow me to sleep in the morning and also take off early in the afternoon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to kind of eat like, all right, if I'm working a job that's like a 7 to 3, I'm going to be very tired in the morning. But I have all night, all afternoon.
Yeah.
But then if you're working, a job that gets you off later in the day, you might miss spots. And so, I don't know. We end up working a lot of weird stuff to try to make it work. Yeah, at the end of the day, you need a job that you can go, hey, I'm going to go take off for a couple days because I got booked in some tree in Utica that wants us to come and perform for some squirrels. So we're going to drive up there instead of working for this job.
It is interesting, like, the array of jobs that comics have. Like, if you, like, for, like, other hobbies, like, if it's golf, you kind of think of, like, golfers as, like, office bros or, like, there always kind of seems to be, like, a common theme amongst those people, but, like, comedy is just such a wide array.
And not only that, so there's the jobs you're doing while you're trying to be a comedian and do it, but there's also the job you did before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because it draws from, you look at like, I was just listening to Soder's podcast on the way up, right? So Dan Soder, that's the guy that came up working radio jobs. He was a radio guy, and that was his thing.
Sure.
And so, I mean, that was all kind of in hopes of getting to comedy. But, like, that's where he went, right? So he comes from a parallel thing. Oh, you got to go.
Nope.
Horton's coming.
It's a noon siren test.
I was just talking to someone recently from another FD, and I was like, oh, yeah, I live in DeFreeseville. And they were like, do they still play the horn there? And I go, yeah, sometimes. Although hearing this now, I think they actually turned it off. Nevertheless, then you got someone like Michelle Wolf, who's also hilarious, who will also be very silly on stage, comes from like financial Wall Street, corporate America.
Yeah.
And so it pulls from so many different things.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Literally, like, I mean, comics have come from, like, there's doctors that'll be comics. There's doctors around here, like, there's one guy that's a chiropractor that comes out and does comedy, like Michael.
We could even say his last name because that's not the name he practices under.
That's right.
It's not. My mom used to work for Albany Med. She actually used to refer people over.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. So she'd be like, I would be like, oh, yeah, there's a chiropractor. And I'd say the name. And she'd be like, did he by any chance go by this other name? And I go, yeah.
Probably.
So she goes, oh, yeah, no, I know him.
Yeah. It's probably a safe thing to keep a little separation
Yeah,
between your
that's why I
practice
haven't said either. I'm trying to make sure we're like, you guy's got business.
That's why I'm a little worried sometimes about doing comedy and being like a medic. Even like this podcast, like I had my boss on. He was on like the second episode I put out. But then I'm like a little worried because sometimes like we'll have some inappropriate conversations with comics. I'm like, I don't want someone from the town to like see that and like get in trouble for it. But
in my experience,
we'll
I found that like most people get it these days. That like, it's a podcast. They're gonna,
right.
Because I work with kids. I teach snowboarding. I run a ski school. I work at the ropes course, something like that. And every now and again, people find my Instagram. Some of I have staff that work for me that are 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, and they'll find my Instagram. And like, I saw this. Not that I am the most dirty comic or I mean, and I'm a little more careful about even what I post. But it's still like every now and again I'll have a parent come up and be like, oh, is this you? Is this you? I think I saw you at the Funny Bone doing this. Yeah. And I'm like, you're good. They don't immediately go, well, are you saying this stuff around my kid?
Yeah.
They know that, like, just like in it, you know what I mean? Like your teacher who's at the bar on a Friday night is not going to have the same conversation with the 4-year-olds they're teaching on Monday morning.
I don't know why I just had the image of you like sitting all the kids down and like pulling out a mic in a bar store and be like, all right, kids, let me try out some jokes.
There we go.
Have y'all ever shit your pants?
Dude, I mean, yeah, no, I've never been able to. I have jokes I do like to the kids that make me laugh.
Yeah.
Usually much to their chagrin. Like I love that they'll ask me what time it is. And I love hitting them with a time for you to get a watch. But then I really exaggerate. I do this. I go, got him! And they hate that. And I've been teaching this one kid. I taught this one kid 8 years in a row, right? So I've watched him grow up. You know what I mean? He was 7 when I met him, and he's 17 now or whatever. And by the end of it, as he was getting older, he would ask me what time it is because he wasn't carrying his phone on him. And I would be like, oh, and he would be like, don't you dare say that shit to me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pull that card again.
My other favorite one is I like to just lie to the kids, but like to where they know I'm lying to them and then just insist that I'm not. Like a couple of kids asked me maybe 2 years ago, they go, how tall are you? And I was taller than all of them, which means I could kind of say whatever I wanted, but they were old enough to know about how tall I should say. And for context, for anyone watching, I am 5'8". That's a lie. I'm 5'8 1/4. But when I say the quarter, people assume 5'7". I'm 5'8". So these kids go, how tall are you? And I go, I don't know, like 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'4". I lose track of it. And they go, you're not 6 foot tall. And I go, yeah, I'm like 6'3", 6'4". I don't know. It's going to keep getting bigger every time, too. Like, I don't know. I'm like 6'3", 6'4". They're like, you're not that tall. I'm like, I swear to God, guys, I'm like 6'5", 6'6", something like that. And they're like, no, you're not. And I go, well, how do you know? I'm taller than you, and I'm way taller than you. You know, how would you know that? And they go, well, because our dad dropped us off this morning, and he's 6'2", and he was way taller than me. I was like, no, I was so much taller than your dad. You guys are full of it.
And I could beat up your dad too.
And then we get in the lift line, and who's in front of us but their fucking dad?
Yeah.
And so they go, Dad, he says he's 6'5". There's no way, right? And the dad looks at me, looks at the kids, instantly realizes what's going on. He goes, oh, yeah, dude, that guy's like, he might be 6'7". I mean, he's huge.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And then like 3 other dads in the line just heard this dadness going on and got in on it. And they're like, oh, yeah, dude, he might be a 7-footer. You playing basketball? And these kids lost in their minds. They were genuinely upset, but I was genuinely happy. So
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what's the you talk about the steroids thing on? You want to talk about that a little bit? What's the?
Yeah. So I was gonna tie that into the snowboarding somehow. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, I've talked about with the jobs and the stuff. Yeah, started comedy around like 14. I discovered comedy, like got really into it around the age of 10.
Who was your favorites?
And then,
or who did you watch a lot?
So I don't know. I have my parents, instead of watching like kids stuff growing up, they kind of just brought us through the ages of television so they could watch stuff that was interesting. So when I was really young, it was like Abbott and Costello.
Okay.
Like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Abbott and Costello and the Mummy, Who's on First, and all that stuff. And then you get a little older, and they're like, all right, here's like old 50s whodunits. So you get like Agatha Christie, and then they were Nun, and the old Clue movies, and just like all these old 50s capers, and The Most Dangerous Game. And then when they should have been like, all right, here's like, that probably would have been a good time to be like Steve Martin, which I was getting some. My dad got the first season of SNL on DVD. And they were like, here's George Carlin and Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase and John Belushi. So that was like my early thing, was like Carlin stand-up and Pryor. And then after we got SNL, my parents were like, here's just like Woody Allen and Bill Murray. And you're like, I'm 9, but awesome.
Cool beans.
So to me, I always look at like
though.
my like all-time favorites are always going to be like Carlin and Pryor, and then like I really love, big Louis C.K. guy. Kyle Kinane is probably my favorite right now.
Okay.
Him and Dan Soder I fucking love both of them.
Do they have a podcast together?
No.
I don't know Kyle too well. I'm not.
No. So Dan Soder used to do Bonfire with Big J on Sirius.
Yeah.
And then he left. And so now Bonfire still is a thing. It's Big J Okerson and Bobby Kelly on Sirius XM. And then Soder has his own podcast now that's just Soder.
What was the Kyle guy's name?
Kyle Kinane. He was the guy that, like, 15 years ago, he was the guy on Comedy Central that would be like, coming up at 11, South Park, but first, Tosh.0. That was Kyle Kinane. He was also on At Midnight a ton.
I'm trying to picture who it is. That guy?
Big beard. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Kyle.
I don't know that I've seen his stuff before.
Dude, he's very funny. The album, I liked his old stuff better, and it's all on YouTube.
Okay.
He's very, very funny.
Yeah.
God of Thunder is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. He has a bit called Pancakes on a Plane that I performed for my speech class in high school. Nice. But yeah, so anyway, so that's like age 10, I'm getting into comedy. Age 12, I was diagnosed asthma, celiac disease, that's gluten-free. Although that's messy because I got a doctor that was like, you're kind of gluten-free, but you can still eat gluten. So I did, and then that's all the pooping myself.
Yeah,
and then
it's very messy.
So I was really diagnosed later with gluten, but I also was diagnosed with the pituitary dwarfism there at age 12.
Yeah, which is interesting. I like medical stuff, so I kind of want to hear about it.
So what happened was, sorry, I keep messing with you.
No, you're good.
What happened was around age 10, 11, my feet didn't grow. I had gotten some new pairs of shoes that were like the same size. I didn't notice this. My mom did. I knew I was always short. I was always shorter than everybody. So my mom takes me to the doctor. Doctors go, yeah, he fell off the growth curve. There's a growth curve on like the rate that you should be growing. There's a high end. So if you're going to be 6'5", you're always going to be on the high end of that curve. Those are those kids that were like tall as shit in 4th grade and just kept being tall as shit. And then there's the low end, which is someone who's going to be shorter. Thinking like like Ed Colson. To throw out some other, right? A little shorter guy, right? He's on the low end of the curve, right?
Got
but
him,
like, still growing the whole time. And as long as you're still growing, you go, great. Look, hey, you might not have a high ceiling on this, but you're still growing. Your body is still moving the way it should as you're going through the years. So they look at me at 10 and they go, he's kind of fallen off the growth curve. He's totally stopped growing. So then you go through a shitload of testing. So it's a lot of blood tests, a lot of x-rays. So they're looking at growth plates. And
was it a height thing too at that point? Or
it was height.
Okay.
Yeah. So that we're trying to figure out why am I not tall? Like, why am I not growing, right? And a couple of things were figured out. So celiac disease 15 years ago was still a relatively new diagnosis.
Sure.
There wasn't a lot of good gluten-free food. And so what wasn't explained to me well enough at the time was that height is often also a symptom of celiac disease because my body, the disease, what it does is when I eat gluten, it reads gluten as poison and gets it out.
Okay.
So for some people, they throw it up. For me, my body takes all the water in my body, throws it into my colon, and sends everything out. So it's diarrhea.
Yeah.
So I wasn't absorbing any nutrients, therefore I'm not growing.
Okay.
So height's a factor. That was not explained to us.
Interesting.
So we're like, okay, well, maybe I'll grow. And I grew a little bit going gluten-free back then, but the gluten was real bad. I didn't have any other physical symptoms, so I stopped. We went to the blood test for the growth thing, and they go, oh, he has no growth hormone in his body. He's not producing it. This is a condition called pituitary dwarfism.
Interesting.
We shoot him up full of drugs. Guess what? This fucker's going to grow.
Yeah.
And I did. I grew a lot. I was like, they used to refer to me as like a poster boy for it because I grew so much.
The treatment is just like give you water and sunshine and let's
Pretty much. I mean, th're just like, hey, man, you take these shots every fucking night. We'll keep checking you. And
Interesting.
see how bad. And then you're supposed to stop when you're 16. And I went to the doctor. She goes, we're supposed to stop you. But you're so damn, you're growing so much. She's like, I just want to see how far we can get. So we're going to go 6 more months. And we're going to see if we can get you
Challenge
tall.
accepted. That's crazy.
She goes, we're pushing for 5'9", man. That's what I want. And I was like, let's go.
That's cool.
That's how I got that extra quarter of an inch.
Yeah.
Over
So
there.
you should be proud about saying that. You should say that quarter inch every time.
I am very proud of it. But the thing I talk about, it's actually with Ed.
So you get your
And
height
with
from
Craig.
your doctor, is it?
Yeah, I got my height from my doctor. Well, my dad's 5'2", you know what I mean? Like, in all likelihood, he probably has it, and
Sure.
my grandma's 4'11", in all likelihood, she probably has it, or...
Are they
something.
celiacs as well?
No, they have both been tested, and they're not.
Interesting.
Although my grandma, depending on her mood, might decide she's something.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I'm lactose intolerant. She'll make a whole big thing about, I'm lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll walk into a room and you'll be like, Grandma, why are you eating cheese and crackers? And she's like, I'm just having a little bit of cheese. I'll be like, it's lactose. She's like, it's cheese. And you're like, Grandma.
It's cheese. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
give up cheese.
Right before the diet got real bad, my grandpa used to be like, yeah, we drink oat milk now. He goes, I don't even know what it is, but as long as there's milk in the fridge.
Yeah. As long as there's something I can put in my cereal. That's so interesting, though. I never heard about that until I heard you talk about it. Like
I mean, there's a very wide array of different causes that could make you have to get these injections.
Sure.
Right? Like I had a friend growing up that also got the injections, but he doesn't have the pituitary dwarfism. He just has like a literal missing part of his brain.
Oh.
That turns out, like when he was really young, they were like, doesn't really seem to be affecting him. Like he's still got great, like he's cognitively, he's all there. He's a very smart kid. They're like, yeah, he's fine. And then he got a little older, and they're like, oh, he's not growing, and that must be because he's missing that spot. So they give him the growth hormone. He grew. He's like 5'6" now.
Interesting.
5'7". The kind of famous example that I always point to is Messi, Lionel Messi, the soccer player.
Yeah.
The reason why he played for Spain his whole career, even though he's from Argentina, is because he got diagnosed with pituitary dwarfism. It's very expensive to pay for these medications if you don't have insurance.
Okay.
And so the Spanish team, like Barcelona, came in and went, hey, we'll pay for all the meds if you play for us. And he went, done deal.
Hell yeah.
He played for Barcelona his whole career, and then he played for Argentina on the national teams.
So he was taking it the whole time? That growth
Not the whole
hormone?
time. He took it just like I did until he was like 17.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fascinating. So how you were 4 something when you started, and how much height did you put on?
It's tricky. So it's like people will go, oh, so if you never took it, you'd be this. Because I was 4'7" when I started the injections. I was 4'7" and 12 years old.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is a relatively short 12-year-old. Most 12-year-olds about 5 foot.
Okay.
And then over 4.5 years, went up to 5'8" ¼
Okay.
So you got to think that's what 3, 5, 11 or 12, almost a foot, right?
Yeah.
Or over a foot.
Over a
Actually,
foot,
it's like 13 inches. Had I not taken the drugs, I realistically would have grown a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 5 foot, but they were not confident
Sure.
that I would necessarily even hit 5 foot.
Yeah.
My big goal was 5 foot by high school.
Yeah.
Got it by 2 days.
There you go.
2 days before starting high school.
Nice.
I got that 5 foot. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys keep like a height thing, like in a doorway at your home, or anything
Yeah,
like
we
that?
actually had for the longest time. It was I don't even know why. It was like a big piece of paper, and it had like a measuring thing on the side.
Oh, okay.
But then it just had a bunch of bears, like really detailed artistic drawing of bears, but like the kind of bears that would be in like a kid's book that was too artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who drew it?
Well, it was like one from the store. Like you
Oh,
would
it was
buy
on
it.
the- yeah.
It was like a drawing or whatever,
Mhm.
like a thing you could buy for kids. But it was just one of those things that's always in your house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up, and then like as an adult, you look at it and you go, "It's a fucking weird thing that's just been in my house this whole time."
Nobody else has this.
There's a few of those pictures in my mom's house. Like I'll be walking around and every night I'll be like, I have stared at this picture for 26 years. I have stared at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the bathroom in Cleveland. It's just one. It's in the kitchen. It's like I don't even want to say it's a landscape, but it's like I don't even know. It's like it's kind of a landscape. I think there's a barn or a house. I'm not sure, but I've looked at this forever, and it just occurred to me it's like a 3D painting picture thing. Like it's got like ridges layered. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is.
Does it, like,
it's
if you
weird.
move perspectives, does it like change the image?
No,
Is
it's
it one
not
of
that
those?
sophisticated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She bought it in like 94 or something like that. But the point is, like, I was just looking at it, and I'm like, it doesn't match anything.
Right, yeah.
It's just it's just something we've had. And I'm like, you don't have to keep this.
That's true. It's abstract art.
We redid the whole kitchen and she put it back up. And I'm like, you could have just not, you know what I mean?
This would sell at a garage sale.
It's in between two windows. You could just use the windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look outside.
Yeah.
There's another bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, fun. What's
It's funny.
So 4 years strong into comedy.
Yep, 4.5 years in comedy.
4.5 plus the back end of things.
Plus the ancillary, yeah.
Which is, I think, just good. Like, there's a lot of really strong comics that started off as like kids that like, even if they didn't do it consistently, like you're kind of in that mindset of doing like open mics, and like I think it helps you be like a better writer long term, and like I don't know, just develop stuff quicker.
I could definitely write more.
Sure.
I just talk a lot, and I'm not good at that. Well, it's like all the comics tell me I talk too much, but like it's on purpose. Mm-hmm. When I was 12, I was like, I want to be a comedian, and I remember telling my mom, I'm gonna wait till I'm 18 and I'll go to an open mic. That way I can be in the bar and I'm not be weird. And then by the time I was 13, I was like, I'm not gonna wait that long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out there. But I was like, I want to tell stories. Any chance I get to tell someone a story on stage, off stage, in life, wherever, I'm going to try to tell it like a comic.
Sure. Yeah.
The end result is I have several friends that have bits about what they would do if I keep talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was thinking about, I was going to start a timer when we started. Well, actually, I got a little bit of a timer. It was like, as soon as you mentioned like rock climbing or something like, oh, there it is. 3 minutes.
Well, we covered snowboarding quite a bit, but I would... Yeah, I don't know. The other thing was starting younger. I mean, it definitely gets you thinking about it. Like I was writing the whole time since I was like 13. I've tried to always kind of be writing jokes or just writing ideas down. I think it's the bigger thing. I mean, I heard someone say at one point that like just thinking about writing is writing.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in front of a piece of paper for 35 minutes and nothing comes out, well, you were thinking about it. You know, there's ideas kicking around in there, and I'm sure 5 minutes after you walk away, you're gonna think of something great.
Yeah. A lot of writing is in your head. Like, well, you can think about bits and do your whole career just doing that. Writing it out is just like another way to hash out that bit, or like commit it to memory, or maybe
I
think
it's
of
like
tags
organizing thoughts, right? It's another way of organizing what's in your head,
right?
Because especially a comic's brain is so got to be so kind of jumpy. I think because you're trying to make these weird connections to draw jokes that yeah. Sometimes writing it down can help. Sometimes it can help.
Well, that was it.
We've got people here. Are we still recording? Yep. All right, so then I can just talk to the people. Hi, people. While Caleb's at the door, I'm just going to keep telling you some more stuff here. Oh, now I'm wired. That's just a person. They opened the door and thanked Caleb. I don't know how that works, but that's people up in Lake George here. Really nice. They're very kind people. I was telling Caleb, he's lucky he's got some other stuff going on in his life because it's just too beautiful an area to live as a comic. You know, it's very nice. You know, I was driving up here. I was like, this is such a beautiful area. I couldn't imagine needing to be funny. You know, and yet this guy, he drives down, he figures it out. It's the whole Ohio in him. You know, we got like Drew Carey and other funny people from Ohio, I'm sure, myself included in that list. All right. I think Caleb's just about finishing with the door. All right. He's coming back. I don't even know what that was about. I just started going.
That's my landlord.
Oh, it was your landlord. Yeah. Your landlord just came in and said, oh, the slur. No, I'm kidding.
I pay rent, in
trauma. No, sorry.
It's trauma dumb.
Shout out Jay Connell.
I pay rent in that's a good bit.
His
Yeah.
bit, yeah. So I wanted to make sure that's his line.
He's like, you stealing my material on the What's Going On podcast?
Just referencing the scene quite a bit.
No, I pay rent in cash, which probably seems a little sketchy, but I've just always done it. But so she always comes and pick it up, but I forgot that it was like the 3rd, and I texted her last night. I was like, I'm so sorry. I fucking forgot to pay you on the 1st. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
There we go. What'd you talk about? What I missed?
I just talked about kind of like that first thing I said to you when I walked in here. I go, hey, man, it's a good thing you're like from Ohio and gay, because if you lived up here, it'd be real hard to be funny. Living in such a beautiful area. Like, it's a good thing you got other shit going on in your life.
Yeah.
Just living up here and trying to be funny would be crazy. But back to our earlier conversation.
Yeah.
I was just kind of I was just talking about like I did say she opened the door and just immediately thanked you, and I was like, that would be real nice to live in an area where people come to your door and just go, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd love to start every interaction with someone being like, I just want to thank you.
Yeah.
First off, thank you, and then that'd be a great way to start anything.
Maybe she's Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
They're just thankful anytime anybody opens the door.
What I was gonna say though, with starting young, is I don't even know necessarily that like. I think the bigger thing with being young, if you're thinking about like being encounter, because the other thing I did was from the time I was 9, I've been playing music on stage. Now I haven't done that in probably 6 or 7 years. 'Cause I don't really want to, but like I played cello, I played guitar, I've played in a couple like mini bands. Not really anything long term enough to call it a band, but like practiced a couple songs, played a show. It was cool, and then so I've done that a few times. And what that gives you is like wherewithal on stage. I'm not afraid of getting up there and standing there and being in front of people and just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
And so for me with comedy, it's always been the focus on like, all right, well, I don't mind me being up there. I don't mind talking and just being up there, which I think a lot of people that don't start young, that's the kind of first big hurdle is how do I get over just being on stage?
Right.
I was able to go right to like, all right, the funny. I want to find the funny in the words that I'm saying. What do I need to do? There. And I think that's probably the biggest advantage, if anything.
Yeah. I definitely relate to that. I did like musicals and like music stuff as well growing up, so I spent a ton of time on stage. So that wasn't like I still get nervous going up in front of people, like because I don't want to bomb. Like I want to make them laugh, especially if it's like a legit show.
But I think that's good. Anytime I've gone up and I've been absolutely not nervous at all, I have ate shit.
Yeah.
Because I think you need a little. I think the audience wants to be able to see that like you want it.
Right.
You need to want it a little bit.
And if you have blind confidence, you tend not to prepare as much, or you tend to be a little more sloppy on your delivery. Like that's I'm talking about me.
You're not trying to sell the jokes as much,
right?
Because you're like, nah, he's funny.
You're like, I'm gonna crush.
And people are like, nah, like perform for us,
right?
Like,
yeah.
Dance, monkey. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. We're all, what is it? It was. I think Soder said it. He goes, we're all just like strip mall clowns. You know what I mean? We're just clowns. We're just up there going, hey, dance for me, dance for me. We're in a strip mall. We're in a bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Laugh for me. Like, just give me the reaction I want. I'll give you.
Dude, you're a good dancer, dude.
This?
Yeah.
It's the best dancing I've ever done in my life.
That was prime. I'll clip that and put that online.
Genuinely, first person in my life to be like, oh, you're a good dancer.
I'm honored. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever said that.
Well, I'll share this with the world.
Yeah.
Via Facebook.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be like, oh, my God, Duncan, quit comedy right now.
Yeah.
So you think you can dance. It's coming back just to give you a platform. Yeah. Dancing funny, man.
Yeah.
Danced his way into our hearts and laughed his way out.
Maybe that's a new angle. I don't think anybody's done, like, comedy dancing. Like, they dance and do jokes in between.
Do you know, there is this one guy that I've been seeing. Do you ever get, like, in your algorithm, like, breakdancing competition videos? I've been getting these. And there's been this one guy that, like, people will challenge him where they will do a dance. And his thing is he predicts what moves you're going to do. So, like, there's this one where, the move where you, like, jump on your chest and, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's, like, the slow worm where you're, like, fucking humping the ground. So this guy's, like, doing a whole breakdancing thing. And then the guy that was, like, we'll call one guy the king and the other guy the challenger, right? So challenger's doing his routine, and the king times it with the challenger to do that hump move. And it was, like, the captions are always like, I was losing until this. And it's because it's, like, figuring out, oh, that was a predictable move. I could read that, and the whole idea is to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing. I was just thinking about that. I can't remember why we started talking about, dancing comedy. It's pretty funny watching those videos. Yeah. But as I was just talking about this, that's kind of like comedy. I was doing a bit recently. I can't remember the bit. I had to check my notes. But I was building to the punchline, and someone off the side of the audience, I think it was actually at your show, someone said the punchline right before I hit it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Quiet enough that it didn't ruin it. And I even watched them go like, ooh, when I said the thing, because they're like, oh shit, I got ahead of them. But
was it the guy off to the right?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
But my first thought was like, oh, I don't know if I even like that joke anymore, because they figured it out before I got to it.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is like the nature of it, right? Of like, oh, that's that thing we've all thought of but never said out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I always try to be like that thing of like, oh, I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Thanks again for coming up for that show, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I feel bad because, like, so we're talking about the Halloween comedy night in Glens Falls, which was
it's a great show.
Yeah, it was fun. It
was
was
a great show. Everyone in the theater had a good time. Some of the Halloween people outside the theater.
Yeah. And, you know, it was so almost a little trippy because I was dressed up as Bob Ross, and then there was a lady that stopped outside the window during the show and like knocked and looked at me, and she was like,
she was dressed as Bob Ross too.
Yeah, full Bob Ross garb. So I'm like, wow, this is interesting. But it was a fun show. Juan had to back out last minute, which was totally fine. But you and Mike helped fill in for some time, which was great. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
We're definitely gonna do more shows there at some point.
Oh, I hope so. Because it's not Skidmore. It's like Adirondack or SUNY Adirondack is up there or whatever. Is that it?
Mm-mm.
What college is around there?
Oh, well, SUNY Adirondack this year. Yeah.
Because like clearly it was like a shitload of college kids were out that night. It was Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween night.
I didn't think about that,
right?
but yeah, true.
So we finished the show. Show's here. It's like 50, 60 people in the show. Whatever. It's great. We walk out the show, and then and there's just, you noticed that I was staring at across the street. There's like right around the corner, there's a bunch of people in costume kind of yelling.
Yes.
And you lean over to me at some point, and you go, oh yeah, there's always fights over there. Yeah. And I was like, I've watched 3 so far. Yes. And then on my way back to my car, I saw another one down the road that the cop showed up to. And that was a fun one where I was walking in my car and I could hear it, you know, and at first you hear, oh my God, stop. You know, so it's like 2 boyfriends fighting. And then they keep going. It's not stopped. And then I hear some guy from the bar that clearly works at the bar open the door and go, hey, break it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't stop. So now I've slowed my pace because I'm getting closer to my car and I want to see what happens. You know what I mean? You ever be trying to rubberneck and you're like, fuck, it's not, go faster, guys. I want to see the result here.
Right.
And then right as I grabbed the door from my car, that's when the cops showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we got one.
Yeah.
I must have seen 8 cops or 8 fights without.
Yeah. I literally without fail every time I've only been to that place like twice. And only because I've had friends that wanted to go there. And every time there's a fight of some kind, like a big ordeal, like big fight, and the cops always show up. It's just not the place to be. But it's close to the theater, and the theater's cool. So.
Yeah, the theater was great. The people were nice.
Oh my gosh,
almost all of them were nice.
Yeah, Charles Arwood Theater in Glens Falls, super cool. The staff there is incredible. They're a nonprofit, so they
don't make money, so
yeah,
give it to us.
Yeah,
no.
They have like really good intentions behind what they do. So, and they're really good for like putting on shows. So
yeah, they seem to be very, very invested in community arts, community local community performance stuff. So
yeah, some of the
always good.
Some of the crowds. Well, the one lady in the crowd was
the one lady. Yes,
total Karen.
Total Karen. Who then came up and in front of 6 comics tried to make up what this comic had just said.
It was so asinine. We can talk about it. So Jay has a bit where he talks about blind and deaf children. Yeah, street signs for that. And he's not disrespectful. He's like, it's a very funny bit. Yeah. Jay's awesome. I need to have him on at some point. But this lady came up afterwards and was like, accosted him saying, hey, you made...
Her first thing is, you can't say that. Like, I don't like that bit. I work with disabled kids.
Right.
And Jay's immediate response was, well, my sister is deaf.
Right.
And that took her aback because all of a sudden, not that really, I don't even know kind of what, look, she just put her back for a second and then she just went, well, I mean, you called them all retarded.
Yeah.
There were 6 of us there that had just watched this whole set. We were like, he never said that word once.
That didn't come out of his mouth at all. You're the one that just called them retarded.
He's actually one of the comics in the scene that tries to not say it. Yeah. Because it's an easy, so it's low-hanging fruit. But yeah, she was like, well, you said that. And he was like, I definitely didn't say that. And like 4 that were like, yeah, he clearly didn't say that. She's like, well, I'm going to write a bad review. And he was like, tag me.
Yeah. Put me in it.
And then she stormed off and then laughed super performatively as the next 3 comics proceeded to do jokes about domestic violence, child abuse.
Yeah. Or Sean went up and it was a Halloween show, so he went up as Jesus at the end and was making
very sacrilegious, and I'm sure she was very religious.
And literally, I'm sure you were watching her. All of her laughs were like,
yeah,
like
throwing her head back.
Yeah, she didn't do that the whole first half of the show.
No.
It was.
I think I had her laugh. No, I know I had her husband laughing during my set, but I went up before Jay.
Yeah.
So I didn't,
Yeah.
It was fruit of the poisonous tree there.
Yeah. It was so weird. It was one of the weirdest interactions I've seen an audience member have.
It's very bizarre. I look at it like, there's that Lenny Bruce quote. Jeselnik quotes a lot of comedy is the art of getting away with it. Mm-hmm. And I think that, because I watched her watch that joke. As soon as he brought it up, in the setup, she went, no.
Yeah, and she was shaking her head.
Yeah, and she stopped listening. And I think what she wanted to happen was Jay to deliver the joke in the room to go, ooh, or boo.
Right.
And they didn't. They laughed because it's a funny joke. Mm-hmm. And I think she got mad that he got away with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. She took offense to something that nobody else found offensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it really was a funny joke. Jay's great. So
it's a joke I've seen him do, I'm not kidding, at least 110 times, if not more.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anyone get even a little bit mad about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone go up to Jay about any of this stuff.
I think you could tell he was shocked even.
Yeah, he was
his
just
look on his face like, well, is this real?
The first words I ever met, she goes, I've got something to say to you. And he was like, okay. Usually that's like, I just want to say, I think your jokes are really good. Usually that precedes a comment, She's like, I've got something to say to you. And he's like, all right. She's like, I don't think you should say that these kids should die. And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We were all like, whoa.
It was also right in the middle of a show.
Yeah, wait until after the show.
Right, yeah. If you're going to be that upset, don't do it and interrupt everybody else's good time.
She was honestly interrupting the only female comic on the show that night.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a sexist. Yeah. I hope she listens to this somehow. She never will, but you're not invited back to any shows in the future.
Dude, how crazy it would be if she does listen to this and starts commenting.
Yeah. Oh, please do. Please do. I've got some.
That would be so much fun, though.
We'll spam her.
How crazy would it be if she hears this and then if the comment is, yeah, you guys are right. I was making shit up. I was just mad. I'm sorry. I was trying to make it about me.
Right. Yeah. I went and told the theater staff afterwards, like, hey, I don't know if she's gonna raise a stink or not, but let's keep an eye on your social media for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. That was a fun show. That was
that was a great time.
I'm to that point now where I'm only a year and a half in, so I'm trying to learn hosting skills and all that stuff. I was
just trying to think about that the other day, about how long I've known you, and I'm like, it could be 3 years, it could be 6 months. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of mysteriously in the crowd. No, I started 2 Februarys ago. I did some open mics, and then I didn't hit that summer. I had to take off because I was in school full time. But then it started again.
Okay, so I thought there was a little break in there, and then it was were you just kind of coming up to Saratoga for a while before you made your way down to Albany?
Yeah, I started in Saratoga, and then I started Lark Street. Actually, I did the one at in Troy, the coffee shop on Wednesday night.
518 Craft or Stacks?
Stacks. I went to Stacks quite a few times.
Stacks was great. Yeah. I used to host at Stacks.
Yeah. I miss that mic. That was a fun mic.
Yeah, Stacks didn't want us there anymore.
Yeah. Well, they also closed, didn't they?
Yeah, that was it. They were closing 2 months, and they were like, yeah, so we're just not, you guys don't come back. All right, that's fine.
Okie dokie, yeah.
There still is an open mic in Troy, though. Monday nights at McCaddy's.
Yeah.
That's my open mic.
Come check it out. Yeah, that's a fun mic, too.
Yeah.
I tend to go to that one.
Last night was the first mic of the month, so it was the suggestion mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's bucket pulls. Everyone goes and pulls from the bucket.
Which that's fun. I like doing bucket pulls. It's a good way to kind of keep your mind engaged.
Yeah, it's actually it's going to be interesting because we've been doing the bucket pulls for probably since July, so 3 or 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
And so I have just a Tupperware bucket that's got 100 plus suggestions in it at this point that we've been building and culling, and I go through it every now and again. And last night I go and I put all the equipment away, store the equipment for the open mic up in a closet upstairs, and then I put the stuff down on the bar, and I went to the bathroom, and I come back out, and the bartender, who was covering for our usual Monday night bartender, shout out Joanne, dumped the suggestion bucket.
Ooh, rough.
And then she came back in, and she saw me kind of stop and just stare at this empty Tupperware. And she was like, did you need anything that was in that? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of needed all of that, actually. That was 6 months of work.
Oof.
And she was like, so she I mean, it was all right on the top of the garbage. It was a fresh bag, so
Yeah.
she pulled some stuff out.
Yeah.
And we have, a good chunk of it back.
Yeah.
But,
Damn.
yeah,
Maybe it
when
was
I'm putting
intentional.
those slips out next week, guys, write stuff.
Put some stuff in
You don't
there,
have to be a comment. If you want to come and watch and then throw your own suggestions in the bucket, come on through.
Yeah.
Try not to steal my pen. People have been taking my pens.
Yeah.
But
Maybe she heard the suggestions. You're like, she did it intentionally.
I don't know.
No. That's funny.
Yeah.
I had a hell of a time trying to get people to like write suggestions for the bucket pull at the show the other day. I like announced it a few times, and then like I had the ushers were helping like put out stuff and collect it. But I think there's like 20 something suggestions in there.
That ended up being good. I got some new bits out of that, dude.
Good.
That the one about my dog. I've been working on that one. That's been fun.
Okay. Yeah.
But so I'll even do it here. I don't care. Because it's a new idea, but I think it is funny because I do my house up real big for Halloween, right?
Mhm.
So we've got, I hang stuff in the trees on pulleys and shit, and it's all skeletons, right? I have a 16-foot skeleton. I have maybe 10 5-foot skeletons,
Nice.
10 or 20, something like that, or 10 to 15. And then I got a skeleton dog this year that's, for context, I have a 15-and-a-half-year-old coonhound, which she looks like a giant beagle.
Mm.
And I got a skeleton dog that's about the same size as her.
Nice.
She hates this thing. And it occurred to me that she probably thinks I'm mocking her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, I know I'm on the way out.
Yeah.
You don't have to put it in my face.
Taunting her with a skeleton.
But I riffed that off of one of those suggestions, which is a fun thing we've been doing on shows in this area.
Yeah. I did the
Chad Crandall, I know,
Yes,
does that on his
yes.
shows. Yeah, the Sacandaga Lake, or he does
the
another one.
steakhouse.
Yeah,
It's like, and I'm blanking on the name right now.
Oh, I know the show.
I don't
Is
remember.
that Lucy's? No, that's not
No.
Lucy's. That's in Amsterdam.
I'll think about it. Al's Roadhouse.
Al's Roadhouse.
I did that like 2 weeks ago, and they did the buck pull at the end, and that was really fun. Like it was a cool way to wrap up the show. So I was like, I'll do that here, and like maybe we can like riff off the costumes or whatnot. It was kind of a neat way to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Plus, like you tend to get pretty good laughs because like it's audience, so people are like, oh, that's what I wrote. Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
So they like it a lot, but
And it's like
That's fun.
rapid fire. It's a nice like,
Mhm.
hey, and it shows kind of. I like it because it really does show the two sides of comedy of going like, hey, like, okay, you guys all just saw jokes we've really worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Here's us in the moment, so you can see how funny some stuff can be at the start, and then the other thing and I kind of started this, I think, at your show, but I very quickly pulled one up and did a bit. I can't remember what it was, but I know
Sure.
I had a bit ready to go off of one of the things that was
Yeah.
on there, so I went up there and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And that hit really well. And then other comics started doing that. So, yeah, for me, I used a little bit of an excuse to be like, I can get some more laughs here. I can do a bit I didn't get to do earlier, and then riffing new stuff. So, but you get to see like, hey, here's the difference between a bit that's been really worked on versus something that's real funny that I just thought of, but
Right.
is still definitely rough.
Yeah.
Kind of shows the audience that, which I think is cool.
It is fun when you pull a card that has
Yeah.
you have something written about already.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice like, oh, I know this. I got
yeah.
this.
Oh, it was the work one that I did. Work parties, and we don't do
Okay.
work holiday parties, but we do.
Yeah.
And that's a bit I've done a bunch, so I'm not going to repeat it here. But
Okay.
the one about going to the trampoline park.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The kids,
Nice.
yeah.
I think Sean had something he did a bit about too.
Yes. This coffee's cold.
Yeah, I need to get like little warmers or something to put on.
A little hot plate.
They're at like an hour and 6, so like I need to, or I could just make fresh coffee and keep it out here. But yeah. So what's I know you're working on like, or you do the open mic.
Mhm.
Do you have any shows you're producing coming up or?
Nothing concrete right now.
Okay.
Pretty up in the air. So, hit me up. No, I'm putting some stuff together. I'm waiting on a date for my next thing in January.
Sure.
Me and Mike will often produce shows together every.
Nice.
We space them out because we don't want to like oversaturate, especially at Lark. And so we're looking at potentially January for our next thing.
Nice.
A couple other things I know I'm starting to get involved with helping on the back end of the upcoming Saratoga Festival, so that'll be
nice.
cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to submit to that as well, but I'm
Yeah.
also hoping to be able to help because I think that's going to be really fun.
Yes.
I
I didn't even know they were doing that. I didn't know that was a thing until
I
recently.
heard rumblings
Yeah.
about it in the spring, right after we announced that we were trying to do the Albany one.
Sure.
And because I know the guy that produces it, and he very quickly was like, I want to do that. So I was like, all right. Yeah, if anyone could pull that off,
Mm-hmm.
it would be him. And so
Yeah.
Travis Steele, I think he's gonna. He's got a lot of great names booked already. If you go,
Yeah.
it's Saratoga Comedy Festival on Instagram there.
Yeah.
Um,
September 11th and 12th
of next year.
Next year. Yeah.
Submissions for comics. It's December 1st is when that's going to open up.
Yeah.
So.
And tickets are on sale right now, so
Yes.
go buy some tickets.
Yes, but we got guys like Kyle Kinane's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Other names I saw.
I
know others. There's others because there's some cool. I think we got Bobby Kelly. I think they've got I think Ian Fidance is coming up.
Yep.
Dustin
Kelly, Dustin Ibarra.
Yep. Dustin Ibarra. He's really funny too. I mean, so that's gonna be real fun. I'm hoping to be involved with that in some capacity.
Yeah.
If not, just I'm gonna submit, but I'm hoping I can help in any way I can.
Yeah. I don't know their structure or like their schedule for the 2 days. I don't know how many shows they're trying to do or what, but
I know it's supposed to be a lot, and like he's got one of the convention centers up there.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
it's gonna have multiple rooms, multiple shows. You can go to like a bunch of shows.
That'd be sick.
So I think that's gonna be sick. On the Albany side of things, I've got my local thing. Come to the open mics. We're trying to build up. Oh,
Camera shut off.
did it?
I think so. We're still recording audio though, so it's
All
fine.
Now they can't see us. Now they can't see us at all.
Aqua Taco. It kind of shuts off after a while.
Taco.
It's either a storage thing or actually I don't know why it shut off. Let me see.
All right.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm just checking my fantasy football group chat. Is
Good.
what? Oh, this will be fun to talk about. Tom Brady, that Tom Brady cloned his dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have
you heard that's a new thing rich people are doing? They're like, when they lose their pets, like their dogs, they're just cloning them.
I don't get it.
Because they don't want to lose. But it's a new dog. Like, it doesn't have.
Yeah. You guys have stupid.
Do you know what I
money
mean?
I don't get getting to that point where you have enough money to do that.
Look, like my dog's 15 and a half. You can probably make an argument that we're started to keep her along a little too much. You know what I mean? Like, look, she's not in any pain. Her meds are still good. But that very soon, the argument of like, hey, man, what's the quality of life here?
Yeah.
That's coming up. And we're very aware of that. And I love my dog. But part of what makes my dog is all the shit that, like, she was there for. And the relationship that's developed as a result of that. If you just have a cloned dog, a new dog.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do like what my Aunt Sue just did. This is true. My aunt had this dog, Coco, for about 12 years. Coco passed away. Coco was just, old little dog. Rest in peace, Coco. She got a new dog 6 months ago. And just also named it Coco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something like she got it taxidermed. She
No,
keeps it on the couch.
no. I think she might have gotten Coco.
Oh, really?
Might be somewhere else. I don't know. But she was like, yeah, I just couldn't fix the name, so I just also am calling this one Coco.
Yeah.
And then that one
that's fair.
like keeps pissing everywhere, so she might rehome it. But she's picky.
Yeah.
But I was just like, really?
Yeah, that's interesting.
But at least that's better than like cloning the dog. You're just like,
yeah.
I just use the same name because I'm nostalgic for the name.
Right.
That's fine. It'd be really funny to name your dog like Coco 2.
Yeah.
Not Junior, but 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Coco 2.
Like my dog's name is Abby. If I called her Abby 2.
It's weird. I could only imagine how much money they had to spend on cloning this dog.
Dude, yeah, it's that probably. I mean,
so much money. I'm sure.
Tens of that. I mean, it's probably $100,000
Yeah.
plus.
That could have Tom Brady. That could have gone a long way towards an animal shelter, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. Like IVF is only what 15, 20 grand. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Around it's like 20 grand around, but like,
I don't know. It's weird. It's stupid.
it's probably only like 50, 75 grand for. I mean, I
Cloning
know
a
that's a
dog?
shitload of money.
That's a lot.
That's more money than I've ever seen in my life. But like, on the scale of things,
I guess.
I don't know if it's $1 million price tag.
Yeah. I guess if you have the money to do it, full send. But I don't know.
Now, what if that dog gets hit by a car?
Yeah,
Sorry,
dude,
I
you
know
probably
that's
have to
dark.
have like crazy.
But what if he
insurance
like
for it?
lives at like 3, right? And then you're like, God damn, that was. I mean, the first one cost me $200 at the Humane Society. The second one, that was a $150,000 dog.
Yeah. Oh,
Shit,
no,
you
fuck
know?
you. Oh yeah, you probably have to have insurance, some kind of pet insurance for it,
Oh yeah,
or like maybe
we have other
keep.
insurance for my dog. My dog is on so many drugs right now, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's on trazodone.
Okay.
Clonazepam or not Clonopin, but one of the other big C muscle relaxants.
Okay.
She's got another prescription strength painkiller.
Yeah.
And then a thing for her thyroid. Her thyroid doesn't work.
So that's why she's not in any pain right now. She's drugged up.
She's high as shit.
Yeah.
At night when she's being a pill, like when she's really being like annoying to deal with, we're just like, let's give her some extra trazodone.
Yeah.
You know? We're measured with it. You know, we don't give her too much, but like.
Is it like a pill, or do you have to like wrap it up? And
It's a pill, and then we have these little things called pill pockets, which are just like whatever, you stick it in there and kind of. It's like a. Do you know flan? Like from cookie shows? No, okay, so that's too. No, okay, so it's just like a little, like almost like gummy type thing. It's not quite gummy. It's like a chewy dog treat, but it's got like a little hole. And you stick the pill in there, and then you can kind of mold it closed into a little ball. Yeah, she loves those things. They're like crack to her.
Interesting.
And so when I have to feed her, I dump her bowl full of food, and then I start putting the pills in the pill pockets, and she will not eat the regular food until she gets at least one of those pills. Oh. Because she wants the pill pocket.
She probably knows.
Oh, my God, dude. She'll almost bite my fingers off.
Make me high as fuck.
Yeah, I think at this point she's like, this is going to make me feel good, you know? But sometimes, like, when her stomach is upset, we'll make her this other, instead of like kibble, we feed her, it's like a turkey something mix, just turkey rice kind of mix. It's a little softer on her stomach. Brother, when I feed her that, she's like a dog version of a Coke fiend. Dude, she's like,
gets real excited.
Dude, she like inhales. She like doesn't even breathe while she's eating. It's crazy. It's also what my grandpa did, and he has dementia. Yeah. He just eat too much. Grandpa.
I don't know why I thought.
I just see all the food on my plate, and I try to get as much of it in my mouth as I can at one time.
Maybe that's like I have like patients that'll pick up in the ambulance, and they like either have trouble taking their medications, or they don't think about it, they forget about it or something. But maybe that's the solution. We just wrap them in like bacon and give it to them.
Dude, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It could work. I would be more prone to eat medication.
Wrap it in cheese, stick it in a sandwich.
Yeah.
Feed the sandwich.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes in.
Yeah. You can put it in their applesauce.
I had a golden retriever when I was young, and we used to like have to wrap his shit in cheese and put it in a sandwich. And then by the time he got to the end of his life, he would eat all of the food around it and leave you the pill.
He knew.
And you'd be like, damn, dude.
What the hell? Smart dog.
Thing was in. I mean, we'll just make him a huge deli sandwich of just like cheese and meat and bread. Stuff the dog can eat.
Damn.
Fucking.
Good Lord. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, maybe we should start doing that with patients. That's what we should give. We give some medications, PO, or so maybe I'll do that. That's funny. Well, nice. Do you want to come up like an hour 15? So we'll probably wrap it up. But do you want to plug your stuff, and where can people find you? Where can people reach out to you?
Duncan Comedy Guy on socials, on Instagram. That's DUNCAN Comedy Guy. Comedy Guy. Pictures me in front of a brick wall. That's my Instagram there. I think my Facebook is linked on my Instagram, but my Facebook is just Duncan Harris. Yeah. I don't post much on my Facebook.
Sure. Do you have any shows coming up?
Not right now.
Okay.
I don't. I just was on a bunch of stuff last weekend. But
I was gonna say, you look like you had a busy weekend. I was gonna ask you.
I did. I was on your show. I hosted over at Comedy Works.
Oh, how'd that go?
That was fun. I just hosted the open mic there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ross Bennett was the headliner.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Ross. Ross is a good guy. Been around for a long time.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, so got some stuff like in the works that I can't announce yet because it's not no dates, nothing's booked. But stuff.
But keep an eye on the Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the Instagram for the new shows.
Yeah. Sick.
And come to the open mic.
Yes.
Monday nights. Come to the open mic.
For the open mics, if people are interested in getting started into comedy, what do they do? What do
so
they do?
Well, a couple of ththings. One, if you're interested in starting comedy, get on stage and do open mics. You can write yourself to death, but you won't know what you need to work on until you get on stage. Because sometimes, like some people, I'll give you a great example. Seamus, one of our new comics this year, right? He started in January. Right away, you're like, oh, this kid's writing a lot. He's just ripping through jokes. But what he needed to work on is like being a little more confident, a little more open, a little more loose on stage. I showed up and I had a great stage presence, but I wasn't funny worth a damn. So I was like, all right, let's work on the writing. Let's work on the fun. All of that doesn't matter if you're a storyteller, a one-liner, observational, whatever, absurdist. Get on stage, figure out what you need to work on, and try that. Now, McCaddies, we also have a fun thing where, once a month we do a suggestion bucket where the comics will get suggestions and they have to riff their whole set. That's the first mic of every month. On the other 3, I still have the suggestion bucket there. So usually what most of the comics end up doing is they'll do 2 to 3 minutes of their new jokes. I like to start all my new stuff on Mondays, work on it until the end of the week.
Yep.
Was it Kyle Kinane once actually said this quote, and it's actually a guiding principle for me, is the beautiful thing about comedy. You write a joke on Monday, you do it all week. By Friday, you know if it's good.
Yeah.
And so I really try to encourage people to try all their new stuff on Mondays. But usually they'll do 2 to 3 minute jokes and then take a couple of bucket pulls.
Yeah.
Riff a little bit, and it's a real fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know?
It is cool. It's like a lot of other comics, but it's a cool room. Like it's smaller, but it's intimate, as I would say. This is fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Fun, small,
cool.
little Irish bar.
Yeah.
Irish vibe.
Plus the food's pretty decent, actually.
Yeah. Great wings, great food, great
Crust
service.
Their chicken bacon ranch quesadilla.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joanne and Brandon and Bree and Alicia and all them over there are great.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Joanne is amazing at fantasy football.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ever there at McCaddy's and you see me going off into the bar room, I'm checking scores and talking with Joanne about fantasy football.
Nice.
Because my team sucks and hers are she won the McCaddy's League last year. I'm vying for an invite into that league next year. But yeah, I'll go and I'll sit with her with the other bartenders. They're like, all right, Joanne, what am I doing wrong? And she'll be like, I don't know, but I'm crushing them.
Yeah. Tell me your secrets.
Yeah. People don't know. Joanne's like an older woman that works behind this bar there. I mean, she's the best.
You wouldn't guess she's like a killer at fantasy
You
football.
would
just
not
looking at
guess
her.
that this just sweet older woman that's working behind the bar, you wouldn't guess that she is an absolute fierce fantasy football competitor.
You would guess she's like the leader of her quilting club.
Yeah.
You know?
You'd think like she's just a nice, cool person that just works at this bar and goes, no, she's diehard fantasy football player, just absolutely destroying the young guns. So.
Good. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
I'll put your
thanks for
social media in the description so people can find you. And,
Yep.
yeah, thanks for making the
I have a YouTube channel too. I'll have to find the name of it and send it your way. I can link that as well. But I do have a YouTube channel with some clips up. So
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
start building that out.
come check out Duncan and book him on shows, and he's got some really good bits. He's got really good material.
Keep an eye out for the podcast coming soon.
Yeah.